Once upon a time there were two best friends named Jack and Jill who loved exploring the woods behind their houses. One sunny Saturday morning, they decided to go on an adventure together. As they walked along their favorite trail, they noticed something sparkling on the ground. "What is that?" gasped Jill, pointing to the shimmery object. Jack bent down and brushed away some leaves and dirt. "It's a rock," he exclaimed. But it was no ordinary rock. This rock was smooth and perfectly round, about the size of a baseball. It glimmered iridescently in the patches of sunlight that streamed through the trees. "It's beautiful," said Jill. "But what makes it sparkle like that?" The two friends looked at each other puzzled. Then Jack had an idea. "Let's take it to show my mom. She loves collecting cool rocks and minerals." Jill agreed this was a great idea. Together, they carefully picked up the shimmery rock and carried it out of the woods back to Jack's house. "Mom, look what we found," said Jack, as they presented the rock to her. Jack's mom was amazed. "In all my rock hunting, I've never seen anything quite like this before," she exclaimed. Jill said, "It was just lying there sparkling on the ground." His mom turned the rock over in her hands, admiring how it caught the light. I wonder if this rock has some special powers," she murmured. Right then, they heard a knock at the front door. Jack's mom opened it to find Mr. Willow, their elderly neighbor. "Oh, hi Mr. Willow, come on in," said Jack's mom. Mr. Willow hobbled in on his cane. "I was on my way to the market and saw the kids come home. I wanted to bring these cookies I baked to share." Mr. Willow handed Jack's mom a plate of chocolate chip cookies. "Why, thank you. The kids just found something extraordinary in the woods, come take a look." They all gathered around the sparkling rock which sat on the kitchen table. Well, what do we have here?" said Mr. Willow. After hearing how the kids discovered it, he said thoughtfully, "You know, rocks like this are said to have special powers. Some say if you make a wish, it will come true." Jill and Jack looked at each other wide-eyed. Could their rock really be magic? Just then, Jack noticed Mr. Willow grimacing and rubbing his knee. "Your knee must be bothering you again, Mr. Willow," said Jack's mom. "Here, sit down and have some tea and cookies." Mr. Willow eased himself into a chair with relief. "Thank you, these old bones don't work like they used to." Jill had an idea. She whispered to Jack, "Let's wish for Mr. Willow's knee to feel better." Jack agreed. The two kids closed their eyes tight and wished with all their might. Suddenly, a warm glow spread through the kitchen. When they opened their eyes, Mr. Willow exclaimed, "Well, what do you know? My knee feels good as new." He stood up from his chair and did a little jig. "It's a miracle," said Jack's mom. Just then, the magic rock began to faintly glow. Jill and Jack gasped. "I think it was the rock," said Jill. "I think our wish worked." The kids excitedly told Mr. Willow and Jack's mom about wishing for Mr. Willow's knee to heal. "You must be right, there's no other explanation," said Jack's mom. Mr. Willow chuckled and said, "Well, thanks to you two and this magical rock, these old bones can dance again." The four of them spent the rest of the morning conducting experiments with the wishing rock. They discovered that by making wishes while touching the rock, the wishes came true. Some of their wishes included flowers blooming instantly in the garden, the neighbor's dog being cured of his limp, and a bully at school turning kind. Each wish was miraculously granted. After word spread around the neighborhood about the magical wishing rock, more and more people started showing up at Jack's house. Everyone wanted to make wishes come true. Some people wished for new jobs, others wished for their illnesses to be cured. The line stretched out the door. Jill said, "I didn't know our town had so many people in need of wishes." Jack replied, "Me neither, but I'm so glad we can help them." The two kids were delighted to see their special rock bringing so much joy. In the following weeks, wishes continued coming true all over town, thanks to the magical wishing rock. The local news even came out to do a story about the mysterious meteorite with wish-granting abilities. However, Jack and Jill noticed the rock was starting to lose its shimmer. Its glow became weaker with every new wish. One day, Jill said, "Jack, have you noticed the rock doesn't sparkle as much anymore?" Jack said, "You're right, I wonder if it's running out of magic. They asked Jack's mom what she thought. She said, all good things must eventually come to an end. Perhaps we shouldn't be too greedy with our wishing. The kids knew she was right. They decided to make just one more wish to use the last bit of the rock's magic. After some thought, Jack said, let's wish for world peace, that would help the most people. Jill agreed that was a perfect final wish. The next day, the two kids gathered everyone in town to witness them making one last wish for world peace. Under the watchful eyes of the community, Jack and Jill made their wish while touching the fading rock. They begged the universe to bring an end to all war, violence, and suffering. The rock's glow slowly faded then went dark. Had the wish worked? Over the next few weeks, amazing news reports came in. Long-warring countries signed peace treaties. Global threats seemed to dissolve. Kindness and compassion spread like wildfire. It seemed the wish had come true. While the rock's magic was spent, its power had spread into the hearts of humanity. Jill said, I guess one act of selfless wishing was enough to change the world. Jack replied, I'm just glad we thought to use the last bit of magic for the greater good. From then on, the legend of the magical wishing rock persisted in their small town and throughout the world. Everyone was inspired to pay the magic forward through their own acts of compassion and service. And Jack and Jill continued going on adventures together, dreaming up new ways to make the world a better place. The wishing rock had unlocked the power in all of them to make hopes and dreams come true. The end.